It's from Caroline Russell.
Thank you, Chair. You're right, Senator Russell, to note that this August, London experienced high levels of ozone driven by strong sunshine and unusually high temperatures. To help reduce Londoners' exposure during this period, I issued a high air pollution alert. My alert system helps Londoners by giving them advanced warning of moderate and high pollution incidents and sharing advice from Public Health England on any precautions vulnerable groups need to take during these episodes. But to reduce the chances of future episodes, I'm also working to tackle pollution at its source. Ozone, O3, is what's known as a secondary pollutant, meaning it's not directly emitted by human activity. Indeed, it's produced by the chemical reaction of other pollutants in sunlight. The main causes of ozone are pollutants emitted by road vehicles and industry, such as nitrogen dioxide. Our air quality policies have already significantly reduced NOx emissions. Before the pandemic, the Central London ULEZ had reduced road transport NOx emissions in Central London by 35% after less than a year in operation. This in turn will reduce the amount of locally produced ozone, lowering levels of this pollutant and the risk to London's health. But I'm committed to do more. To control ozone in London, we need to further reduce emissions, and episodes like this highlight that pollution is not just a Central London problem. That's why next year I'm expanding the Central London ULEZ up to the north and south circular roads. Ozone can travel long distances, and a significant proportion of London's ozone comes from national and international sources. That's why I'm calling on the UK government to match my level of ambition to get the dirtiest vehicles off our roads.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I welcome your concern about this. London is at risk of more ozone episodes, blanketing our city in hot weather, and as you said, it's formed on still days mainly from traffic pollutants which are reacting to strong sunshine. We also have the Breathe London data that's recently showed that outer London may have worse diesel traffic pollution than inner London. So the whole of London needs clean air. Even your expanded ULEZ is going to be a bit too small. Do you agree that the whole of London needs an ultra-low emission zone so no Londoners are left breathing bad air?
I think what's important is to be both realistic and ambitious. So we looked at the possibility of how we can bring in the benefits of ULEZ across London sooner rather than later. You'll remember we accelerated, with your support by the way, just to remind colleagues, we accelerated ULEZ in central London ahead of schedule for the reasons that we discussed. We, against opposition, are expanding it to North and South Circular. We think it will cover 96% of London's community. The 4% we think we can better target with other policies. But if it's the case, when we look back at the expanded ULEZ, it's not working as much as we'd like. I'm happy to revisit other policies to get the benefits elsewhere. Maybe with new advances in technology, we'll be able to do more. But we're going as fast as we can with the technology we have.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, the problem isn't just the emission standards of vehicles, but it's also the amount that they're driven every day. So the missing link is cutting traffic. Now, just last week in this chamber, your Deputy Mayor for Transport told me it's wrong that users of public transport are in effect subsidising road users' road maintenance. So does that mean you're going to bring in proper traffic and pollution controlling measures soon with smart, fair, privacy-friendly road pricing, or are you going to leave that to the next mayor?
When you say next mayor?
She's there, of course.
Just to do with the short term, you'll be aware that there are a number of conditions attached to our deal with the government. One of those was reintroducing C-charge, ULEZ and LEZ. We'll have to wait. Another one was to widen the scope of C-charge and the level as well. I've got to be frank, I'm not sure what conditions the government's going to attach in relation to the next settlement we have with the government. So any discussions and views I have are contingent upon those discussions. My view is our priority has got to be to roll out the ultra-low emission zone up to the North Circular and to the South Circular to get the benefits of those. You and I have talked about the benefits of those in relation to air quality, NOx, fewer schools being in areas where the area is illegal. And we're always happy to look at innovation. We are in innovation business, but it's been both ambitious but realistic. And the ULEZ, which is the world's first award-winning, is both ambitious and realistic.
Okay, so I can't quite read that. It sounds like you may be discussing road pricing in the discussions with the government, which are coming out on the 30th of September?
I can't give a running commentary on the discussions we're having.
Okay, I'm going to take that as a no, you're not doing road pricing, in which case, although in your transport strategies, you said you were going to develop a new, more sophisticated way of paying for road use, integrating, and I'm quoting here, existing and proposed emissions-based and congestion charging schemes, but that was only by 2040. Now, you've told Assemblymember Cooper just earlier that you want to comply with World Health Organization limits by 2030. London does need action on smart, fair, privacy-friendly road pricing right now to control that increase in traffic and finally give Londoners the clean air we tasted during lockdown.